So I'm not sure if you guys remember, but like a year ago, maybe it was like 2 years ago. Wow, it's been a while. I made a Motu Knight. Actually, it was an angel. Forgive me. But that same guy wanted me to make David wanted me to make him another one with blue armor, along with the new character he made. So we're going to do all of that out of this. Mekaneck already kind of has the armor kind of thing going for him. We're going to need to disconnect these bottom legs, paint them, get them reattached, along with make the rest of his parts. We're going to use Jitsu's head for that again, and I'm going to use Ninjor's armor this time instead of sanding his down, because I think that'll look better. Also, the other character, we're going to use Ninjor's head, most of Ninjor or Jitsu's body, and I think I'll throw in our arm or something like that. Anyway, we're going to start breaking these down and go from there. Okay, so we got this all disassembled. This is basically all we're going to use. I do have wings instead of making my own. He sent me a link to Etsy seller that made sets of wings, two different ones. So I'm going to use these for this one and these for the other figure when I do it. But we're going to finish this one first because it's the easiest one. So let's get to breaking this down. So one of the big differences is the last time I did this, I used the Jitsu head, but he had hair. I just had to shave off the top and go from there. This time, he has no hair. What he does have is a blue halo. So we are going to attempt to shave off his hair. And I'm happy with that. Like, it took a try or two, but like just molding a piece of 3D filament, I got it to where I want it. And then once I paint the head, I can glue it on. Okay, back spray painted. this is the second figure. And at first glance, this is not too complicated. He's kind of just one color, but he wants them to be faceted, which is what creates the complication, because it's faceting this and faceting, you know, all of this, so that all these squares are all those squares or diamonds rather. I've been like working this problem over in my brain for a while, and I think I'm going to do it using craft foam, and just have to cut out several hundred of these diamonds, and they're squares is what they are. And once we get it all glued up and stuff like that, then I can come back, paint the whole thing, and yeah. It looks like the shorts are supposed to be, it's not exactly this, they're close to it. It looks more like, I'm gonna see if I can find one, but like, I don't know, if medieval people used to have like underwear. It just looked like it was just a piece of cloth that kind of went like this. So with it being like that, I could probably even trim up this a little bit, or I might use some milliput to just make it a little more like fabric. So to do this, we are going to use the body of Jitsu that we had left over from doing the other one. These are Rowdy Piper's arms from the Masters of the WWE. That's which one those are. These are John Cena's feet from that, because they line up perfectly, almost. And so that part's already done. That's one less thing I gotta worry about. It's just the wrong color, but it's no big deal. Because it's gonna be covered, right? And then the feet, I can still use these feet because they're sculpting I have to do over top of it. For the wings, even though they're not the same, these are the wings he wanted me to use for these. Yeah, these I'll just probably end up painting gold. Okay, so the back is a mess, and I think it's just gonna have to be, because this isn't, like, the front looks good. I mean, I don't know of another way to do this, but unfortunately this is just gonna be the way it is. So I thought it was recording, but apparently I wasn't. But I got the top part of one of the arms done. It's not pretty, but it's done. I'm going to sand this a little bit and try to smooth it out, nicen it up a little bit. Alright, so I've finished the chest and one arm, and went ahead and sprayed it with some gold just to see how it would look. It definitely looks better with some gold on it. It kind of hides a lot of the imperfections. So I have 2 legs and an arm and the head left, but not tonight. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and do the head. I'm happy with that. So I test fit the head on here, and I had to trim back the foil or the foam just a little bit on the head and the neck. Like I said, it looks like from his drawing, this is more like, I don't know what it's called. It's not a loincloth. It's like, I've seen it before. I've even searched the image. I cannot find it. But it's like, I don't know, ancient underwear? Like it just kind of came from the middle and just was like cloth that just kind of held the boys in place. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the feel I get. So we're going to make this look like that. That worked out pretty well. So I'm going to use just a little bit of milliput to kind of smooth this over and kind of give it more of that fabric look versus this furry look. So the first one cut really well, but it's like way too big. So I'm cutting it again. Typically you have what's called I think it's called transfer tape. While we do have some, I don't know where it is. So I'm going to use masking tape instead. That looks really good. I got a little bit of gold touch up on this, and then a little bit of blue to touch up on the other. So something told me to check the reference material, and I did before I finished the belt. But it's got one thing that I forgot, and it has these two little spike things that stick out from the side. So I was able to make them real quick because that wasn't too hard. So I didn't film doing the leg because it's basically the same idea as everything else. All right, legs are done. That's what I need to do. So we need to paint these, and we need to paint a set of hands. Okay, so I need two other things for him while the gold paint dries. He's got like a hammer thing and a shield. So I'm gonna use these as like my bases. Time to do these eyes. I need to do the eyes and I need to do the loincloth. I'm not worried about it. These are like metallic, so I'm going to clear coat them so they're a little more durable. Okay, so it has been a week, and when I say that, I don't mean like it's been rough or something like that. I mean literally, it's been a week. I went on vacation, so with fresh eyes and stuff like that, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to repair this one. All I should have to do is just swap the shorts out and get it painted, and then he's good to go. This guy, I went ahead and sprayed with another coat of gold paint, and we're going to use some water slide decals or these clear mailing labels. These are self-adhesive, so we're going to see which one works better and use one of them, and between the two of them we should be good to go. Okay, that's not working either. So now we're gonna try stickers. And to be 100% honest, I don't know if these are gonna work either, but these are clear mailing address labels that I was able to print the designs onto. The problem is that it's the mailing address, so not all of them are lined up correctly. So, fun. That worked really well, but these stickers are just barely hanging on. So I'm gonna coat the whole thing with some Mod Podge to kind of seal it in and help it stay on. The leg's most of the way done, but this is just tedious. Okay, so this is where I'm at so far. This is completely dry, so this chest is good. I gotta finish doing the legs, and I got 2 arms to do. Oh, and the head. That's it. I'm hoping to finish this today. If not, I might have a little bit to do tomorrow, but I mean, I'm right there. I'm almost there. I'm just ready to be done with this. This is taking way longer than I ever thought it would. Another arm done and Mod Podge down. Oh, and I got the head done too. Yeah. So down to the last of it. I'm so glad I am done with these guys. Like, I like the way they turned out. It was a great challenge. But this took way longer than I meant it to. This guy, really. He was pretty easy, except for, like, dropping him and he broke and I had to refix him. Other than that, he was easy. I had no issue with him. Mainly because I've already done it once, and so I already knew how to do him. This guy was the hard one, and I think I rose to the challenge. I might have to end up putting one more coat of paint on him, but for the most part, he's done. Guys, hopefully this gave you some ideas, showed you something that you might not have thought of, you know, showed you a new way to